Hi, I'm a big fan of both of you. Thank you so much for your time.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Now, I love the show so far, but I've only seen the first two episodes, so no spoilery questions or anything like that from me. Eddie, how much more respect do you have for makeup artists after filming this show?
I mean, a, a, a vast amount of respect. To be fair, I've done little moments of prosthetic work over the years, but nothing on a level like this. The thing that I find amazing is the amount of people and the process. So what was interesting about creating these characters that the Jackal inhabits is you can do the prosthetics, but if that doesn't marry with the costume or the body suit that you've put on or the voice that you're inhabiting or the movement that you don't like, none of those things work. And I was so lucky on this series to have a brilliant team of people who worked in concert together to try and make these characters feel real. And we hope
Now,
to. One of the things I try to do was show behind the curtain so you see the process of it rather than it just being a.
no,
Mm.
I love that about it. It almost, and it kind of reminded me of like a more intense version of like Christian Bale's face peel in American Psycho, because instead you're like taking off all these different layers and it almost looked painful, but you're not showing any emotion. I loved it. This obviously has a legacy tied to the book and to the 1973 film and even the Bruce Willis remake, which I loved as a kid. Did either of you read the book or watch those films to prepare for this?
I would like to say you're an expert on on both because I didn't grow up with them. I had an experience with Bond where I'd like watched all of them over again and I watched them as a child. Here it was it was an alien experience for me. I'm not gonna lie. I had to dive way into like a new world and also teach myself about a different take on how espionage narratives are told. That was really new for me in going into it, but then also like pocketing a lot of it because Bianca is such a modern day character. She's so modern day. I mean, you could say you can pay homage to the original through some of Bianca's journey, but actually not really. Whereas like you get to have more of um, a close connection with the original. Mine was about trying to actually stay out of the original in order to draw the kinds of audiences that I know that would love Bianca's journey today. I didn't see fans of the original being like, "Oh, Bianca reminds me of, you know."
Lonsdale.
Yeah, no, no. Like I just knew it was kind of impossible, so I had to stay in the present, to be honest, which is most helpful for my characterization.
And for me, like, I had read the book when I was younger. I grew up with the movie. It was one of those, faded, battered VHSs in my house. And there was something about there was something so unique about the Jackal in that he was a peacock. He had this kind of like casual, ruthless, like dandy quality to him that along with the shape shifting felt so unique to this genre. But in the movie and in the book, he was sort of unknowable. It was Edward Fox's like this force of charisma that was so compelling. Whereas over 10 hours, and you can sustain that for 2 hours, but over 10 hours, what I was excited about was the humanizing of that.
Eddie, before I go, one last question for you. And I love Fantastic Beasts, and I just wanted to ask, do you think fans have seen the last of Newt Scamander yet?
I think they probably have, yeah. That was a
Oh,
very frank question, and frank. But yeah, it was. That's as far as I know. I mean, you'd have to speak to the people at Warner Brothers and J.K. Rowling, but as far as I know, that's yeah. Yeah, he's. I think he may come back in a glimpse in the Universal world in Florida that they're opening up, in which you may catch a glimpse of what he was up to in Paris. But yeah,
well, awesome. Guys, thank you so much. Like I said, I love the show so far, and I really appreciate your time. So thank you very much.
Thank you.